Get on.
What, with a jacket?
Get on.
Okay, that was a famous scene from the Karate Kid movie with Jackie Chan and Jaden Smith, and there Jackie Chan was teaching Jaden Smith how to do Kung Fu by putting on his jacket and taking off his jacket. And he goes on to say everything is Kung Fu. And that's exactly the idea I've got in this body efficiency training. Everything we do can be an exercise, can be a method of training our body. You see, it's not so much what we do, it's how we do it. This is about how we use our body, not so much what we do with it. So in this case, we're going to be working on training while dressing. And you'll see this has direct martial arts applications, because here, if you do the trousers, you're training balance and alignment. And in fact, what we're training here is the control of the psoas muscle and the hip joint. And this is very important for martial arts. This is a method of lifting up your leg to control kicks. I'm not just lifting up the legs with the hip flexors, I'm also using the psoas muscle. I've got to arch back a little bit, stick my hips backwards, pull my upper thigh to my belly, and this is activating the psoas muscle, and that makes lifting up the leg much easier. And then of course I've got to bend the supporting leg to keep my balance. So it's a very interesting thing to practice. Every time you take your trousers off or put your trousers back on again, you've got to try and maintain this balance and lever from the hip joint. Now it's tricky to do because you've got to reach forward to pull your trousers, and that makes you want to hunch over, but you might have to bend your spine a bit, but you try to do most of the work by pulling the hips backwards and pulling the thigh up using the psoas muscle. And I'll leave a link to another video which is the simple body hack for kicking, and it's the same movement here, practicing to lift the leg using the psoas muscle and the hip joint. And you've got to try and keep a nice neutral spine so the upper body is also working, and you'll see just thinking about this as an exercise changes everything you do. You see, you've always got to get dressed and undressed, so you do this every single day. And that means your balance and alignment is improving all the time. You're training your core because you've got to pull the TA muscle in, the navel to the spine. You're training your hips and your glutes because you've got to maintain your balance, controlling the hip joint and the psoas muscle. And of course here you're using the arms and the legs. Now that's more advanced. I'm putting my shoes on. Now these are toe shoes, and they're new ones, so they're quite tricky to get on. But I always wear toe shoes. You might have noticed that in my other videos. I'm going to talk about that in time. But these are the best shoes you can possibly wear, as close to barefoot as possible. But they're very difficult to get on. So here you can see me struggling here, standing up to put these shoes on. And that's because they're so new. But I usually would sit on the floor. I don't do that every time because it takes a little bit too long. But occasionally I would do that. I would put the socks on and off standing up like that, and certainly put my trousers on and off like this. And now with a t-shirt or a jumper, it's a similar thing, but what I'm doing here is using my spine. I'm trying to stretch and twist my spine and my shoulders every time I take my shirt off or on. And you feel it. This is about feeling your body, and always take a moment then to stand up straight. You see, this is an exercise. I'm mobilizing my spine and my shoulders and reminding myself to stand up nice and tall in a good posture. And of course you've got to play with this because it depends what clothes you're wearing. If you're wearing a dress, for example, or a jacket, it's slightly different, but it's still the same principle. See how you can use your body's alignment while you're getting dressed and undressed, and use it as a moment to train. Okay, check out these other videos here, and this first one, simple body hack for kicking, is a very similar movement to putting on and off the trousers, so I suggest you check that one out first. Okay, I hope this made sense, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.